I don't know what this means. I got, do you like blondie girls? Her mum win does it for me. Her mum win? Did I just say her mum win?
I think so.
Basically, I do see and speak to spirits. Hi guys. So I put out last night when I was in the bath a little question thing on Instagram and asked if anybody had any questions for me that I could answer so I could do a little Q&A video. I got a bloody load of responses. I was well happy, so thank you for everybody who asked a question. I got quite a lot. So I'm just going to choose a few. Okay, let's start from the beginning. What is the best thing your little girl has ever said to you? It's hard, this one, guys, because Callow doesn't really speak yet. I've got to say that there isn't a specific thing I can think about that she said, but probably one of the most special moments was when she first ever gave me a hug back, because if you've had kids, you'll know kids don't really hug. Well, Callow didn't anyway. She hated it, didn't she? There was once she ran over and she hugged my legs, and that was the start. She does that all the time now, but the first time she ever did that, I was standing in the kitchen and she ran in and then like hugged my legs. Oh, it was so cute. And now we can be sat on the sofa next to her and she'll just kiss my arm and go, She can't say love you yet, so she just kisses my arm. Harriet has put, how are you tanned, please? Literally, it's a natural tan. I know people don't think it is. Everyone thinks I've had a spray tan. I haven't had a spray tan, and it's not fake tan. I'm actually allergic to spray tan and fake tan, funnily enough. Little fun fact for you. It makes me bloom, doesn't it, Josh? I bloom like a little lumper when I use it. It's just from lying in the garden with no clothes on. That's literally what it is. Got on here, what hair dye do you use, and do you always do it yourself? Now, it's not a specific hair dye that I use all different types of hair dye, literally whatever I can get my hands on. This one in particular, this orange and pink I've used Manic Panic. It's the first time I've ever used Manic Panic, and I've got to say it's one of the best. Generally, I would use Schwarzkopf. I use the pink one, it's like fluorescent pink one. This one, I've used Orange Sunset, and this one's Fuchsia Pink? Fuchsia Shock. But these two are Manic Panic, and then yes, I do always do it myself. I always dye my hair myself unless I'm getting my roots done. When I have my roots done, Bronwyn, one of my best friends, her mum win does it for me. Her mum win? Did I just say her mum win?
I think so.
Oh my god, her mum win. I'm gonna have to say that from now on. Her mum strips my roots for me and dyes it for me, but that's only when I get my roots done. I think that's why, though, I always have crazy colours on my hair, is because I do it myself. Because I just don't care. I'm not fussy about my hair. If someone came and shaved a bit of my hair off, I'd be like, oh, well, it's not really ideal, but I'll shave the rest off because, I mean, it's cool to have a bald head sometimes. I've got here, so what do you do for fun? I like to draw. I love drawing. I don't draw enough. I don't draw half enough. But that is one of my favourite things. I meditate a lot, and it's something that during lockdown I haven't done enough of because I've been like lazy. But I love meditating. If I could say what's my favourite thing to do for fun, it would be meditate. And I like reading. Again, don't do that enough. You know what? I've discovered doing this tune. I need to do more of what I like for fun. I just need to draw more, need to meditate more. And I've found a new love for baking. I don't know what it is. I baked a banana cake, and I feel like all I want to do is bake banana cake. I think it's because it tasted so good, but also I was really good. I was well impressed with myself. I also, for fun, I've got to admit, I'm a social media addict. I love social media. Like, I don't really have any downsides to it, and I do that for fun. I find it fun to scroll through TikTok or Instagram. I follow a lot of cool Instagrammers, like house stuff, you know, like Architect Digest and stuff like that. I love architecture. I love house, like design house. Oh, I forgot one of the main ones. Sims. Love Sims. I play Sims 4 all the time. Yeah, it's sad, but I don't care. I love it. I basically build houses for like 3 days, play with a family for 2 hours, and then build another house and do the same again. Okay, next one. We'll go for, I don't know what this means. I got, do you like blondie girls? If that means do I like blonde girls, no, unfortunately I'm not a lesbian, but to be fair, if I was gonna like girls, it probably wouldn't be blonde girls. I'd prefer a dark haired girl. To be fair, And literally, I always say this, I'm not attracted to women in the sense of sexually attracted, but I would definitely date a woman, because if it didn't work out with Josh, I would lose all faith in men. Like, he's my last end resort of a man. Like, he is the end result. Like, he is mine. So if that did not work out, I'd 100% date a woman, because I think I'm more sexually attracted to people's personalities. So it's definitely not a no. If I was sexually attracted to a woman, I wouldn't be like, oh no, she's a woman. Now if I fancy her, I'm gonna go for her. So no, I wouldn't go for a blonde girl. If that's what that means, I wouldn't go for a blonde girl. I'd go for a dark-haired girl. Like, who's my dream? Oh, Anne Hathaway. Isn't Anne Hathaway to die for? I just love Anne Hathaway. Oh, Jennifer Aniston. Oh, she's up there. Oh, she's probably one at the top, Jennifer Aniston is though, isn't she? She's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to go for, what's your favourite part of your home? So the favourite part of this house is definitely this front area. This front room I adore. It's got the big French windows just here behind the camera, and when you open those up, especially in summer, it's so lovely, like having just the fresh air come in and you can just sit here with the sun. I just really like that. It makes that kind of outdoor indoor living feel like one space, and I really like that. I also have 2 crystals that hang in the window, in the French windows, so the reflections of those are so pretty when they come through. In my new house though, I don't know what's going to be my favourite space there, but at the moment it's the main bedroom. I can't wait to show you our main bedroom. It's just beautiful. The only thing is about this front room that I don't like is we never really decorated it. Because we were renting again, I don't know what happened. In normal houses we would decorate anyway, regardless of renting or buying. But we just never really bothered to. We just put a bit of artwork up. We've put frames up and never filled them. And I think it was always the aspect that we knew we were going to be moving and we just couldn't be bothered to do it again. I mean, this is going to be our, what, 6th house together? This one we're now buying. To which country do you want to visit? My all-time goal is to visit Tokyo. I'm obsessed with Asian culture, like any of my friends will tell you. I love Asian culture. I love anything to do with like Tokyo, Japan, China, all of it. I just love it. And Tokyo is like my main thing I want to go and visit, or like, and I want to go like Singapore. I just want to visit like all those type of places. I just love it. I just absolutely love it. Like on Sims, I'm not, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I just absolutely love Asian culture. And so I would love to go and experience a bit of that by visiting Tokyo, Singapore, anywhere like that. Just that's pretty and like lights, technology, the fashion. Oh, I love the fashion. Oh, I actually saw a question on fashion. Hold on, let me get it. What did it actually say? It's hard because people talk, the other one I put, what video ideas do you want to see? People use that to ask me questions as well. And I'm trying to go through these and try and find the questions. It was like, do you like fashion? Basically, it said something like, do you like fashion? Short answer, yes. Longer answer is, when I used to work in Selfridges, I wasn't that into fashion. Probably not at all. I knew a lot about the brands and I got to know a lot about different designer fashion brands and contemporary brands, but I wasn't that into it. I still go to work with just like a long baggy denim shirt on. Towards the end I think I got a bit more into it. It was only actually when I left Selfridges and moved here I really got into fashion. I look at fashion posts all the time. I look on a lot of the designer Instagram pages and get ideas. I go on a lot of Russian fashion pages on Instagram and get ideas from them as well, because their look is very streetwear, like it's very Asian streetwear looking. So, well, I suppose it's Russian streetwear looking, not Asian, but it's like that type of look, like really cool, because they always dress the best. And I get ideas off of them. My way of styling is I really like anything like contemporary streetwear. I love that look. It's like borderline chavvy, but I really like that. It just looks really relaxed and cool. It's like effortlessly cool, and I try and go for that type of look. So yes, I really do like fashion. I'm really into it. I appreciate fashion a lot more now than I ever have, and I'll pick a designer brand out. I'll look at what's coming into fashion or what's looking cool, and I'll try and mimic that with cheap clothes. So I'll go on like the fast fashion brands, so I'll go on like ASOS or, you know, whatever, and buy cheaper clothes but try and imitate that look. So yes, short answer, yes, I'm into fashion. I do love fashion and I appreciate fashion. I just can't afford fashion. So Has told me to talk about my mediumship stuff. I think if you want me to talk about the mediumship stuff in a bit more detail, give me a thumbs up or something. Although that really helps the channel as well, it's just shown me that people are actually interested. The reason I've never made a video just singularly on my mediumship stuff, because I don't know if people will find it interesting or if it's just something I'm interested in. I've kind of known I was a bit different since I was a little girl. Like I would do like weird things or feel like I would sense things around me. I come from a family of psychic mediums in the sense of like my nan and her mum or auntie were all psychic mediums. My nanny Jackie, she's a psychic medium. There's lots of people that also have the gift around me. And I've always known this growing up. But when I was little, I did start to do things or predict things or say things that were a bit unusual, or I'd feel things around me or see things. And it's only as I got older that those things that I would see, I realised were spirits. In particular, I've got a few that jump into the forefront of my mind. I had a man once approach me in the kitchen in our house in London. It absolutely terrified the shit out of me. I started to speak to people, and then when I knew that I actually had maybe more of a gift than I realised was when I started delivering messages to people. And when I started delivering messages to people and those things were true, and I was telling people about memories that I would not otherwise known of unless I was speaking to someone who has passed on, I was like, shit, I can actually do this. And I've been building up my confidence for a couple of years, and I'm at the point now where I do want to just start developing professionally. But I'm just not at that point yet. I've not got the confidence fully there to go and do it professionally. And I'm not good enough to do it full on professionally yet. But I don't really know what to talk about. But I don't really know what to say with it all. But basically, I do see and speak to spirits. I do tarot and oracle cards. I've always been interested in it. And I've always kind of done it or predicted things or seen things. But more recently, I've been really into it and really focusing and really practicing it. Okay, so Josh has just, if you heard that, you might not have been able to hear that, but Josh has just said for me to explain how I see spirits. So sometimes it can be physical. I have had a boy called Chris at the caravan before come to me. That's a story though, that is a good story, isn't it? I think I'm going to do a mediumship video and talk about that because I think that's probably my most impressive story that I've done. I've seen physical spirits in front of me, but that's fairly rare. Generally, I see them in here, and that makes me sound absolutely insane. I know it does. I know how I sound, but I can see, it's almost like if you were to imagine a beach now in your mind, and you build that picture in your head, and you can see the sea and the sand. That's how I see spirits. So when a gentleman approaches me, I'll have like some random man pop into my head. But with the imagery of the man, he'll start showing me things to describe himself. So he might show me sandals. He's wearing sandals and socks, and he'll be wearing a collar, and the collar will be ruffled. I don't know, that's a weird explanation. It'll be something like that, and then that's what I deliver to the person, and they can say yes or no, yes, that's my uncle, 100%. He always wore a ruffled shirt and socks and sandals. And then with that comes dialogue. Now the dialogue part is the part I'm practicing. So how they speak to me is like hearing my own voice say words. So it would be like, tell them, I'd hear like my own voice in my head, like when you're thinking, that type of voice. Say, tell them about the umbrella. Tell them about the umbrella that they had. And I'll be like, okay, they're talking about an umbrella. And that's how the dialogue works. It's like your own brain sending thoughts down for you to say and deliver to the person in front of you. Does that make sense? If you want me to explain more, like I said, just let me know, or message me, or hit the thumbs up. Just let me know in some way, because if people are interested, I can do a video on it. But I just don't want to do a video on it and talk for ages if people aren't actually interested. But yeah, so I am a psychic medium, but I'm a practicing psychic medium, and I'm trying to get better because I don't want to start delivering messages to people I don't know until I know I'm solid enough to be like, well, I'm right, and if you can't remember that memory, that's you, not me, because I've got it right. And I'm not at that stage yet, because if someone was to say to me like, no, I don't remember an umbrella, I'd go, oh shit, I've got it wrong. Whereas you're taught as a psychic medium being like, no, and then usually the client will then turn around and go, oh god, yeah, it's come to me, like there was an umbrella, I couldn't remember, but I've remembered now. And that's the stage you want to get to, where you have the confidence to be like, no, I'm right, I've got this, and I need to work on that. I spoke ages on that. What's your favourite thing about Instagram? My favourite thing about Instagram is that I can keep up with all of my friends' lives without actually physically seeing them. So like, one of my favourite things is you can go on and you might be thinking, what's House doing? Or what's Bronwyn doing? Or what's Lydia doing? I don't know. You're scrolling through and you're like, oh, that's nice. They're playing with their son or the daughter or whatever. But like, I like that you can support friends, but you can support each other. It's like, okay, so there's a girl called Jess, she's doing makeup at the moment. Prime example, I can support her through Instagram by commenting, sharing and liking her posts, which promotes her business. Same for a girl called Ruby that I've recently bought vintage clothing from. I can support her by doing that, and I love that about Instagram. You can support friends and people within your town and people around you online, and I love that. I also love, one of the main things I love, it gives me a bit of escapism. Like, you know, if you want to just scroll through Instagram and look at things, like it gives you that bit of escapism, which I really enjoy. But I'm not a social media hater, I'm a lover. Some people really think it can make people feel depressed, which it can for some people, but for me personally it doesn't. I really enjoy going on it. I love photography, I love taking photographs, and I love editing. I absolutely love editing, not just photos of myself. I love editing all types of photographs. So for me, that's like a hobby. To take photos, edit them and upload them, it's like a hobby of mine that I enjoy doing. But recently I have been uploading a lot more onto Instagram. I'm trying to do once a day, and that's to push my YouTube channel. I read an article that the best way is to increase your Instagram. So if your Instagram gets bigger, it filters down into your YouTube channel. Same for Twitter, but I don't really use Twitter, so I go to Instagram. So at the moment, I'm trying to post as much as I can on Instagram to raise my Instagram following, to then hopefully it filters down into my YouTube channel, because if I could choose one platform, it would be YouTube. I would love to just do YouTube, but unfortunately, I'm not famous on YouTube, so I can't do it as a job, even though that would be the dream. Do you stick with a theme on your Instagram? I tried to do a pink theme. That was really difficult. Don't ever try to do a coloured theme. It's so hard. Unless you do Instagram for a job, I think it's really difficult. Now I just try and stick with nice bright colours. So I try and do everything really bright, and I want it to be very lifestyle. I want enough pictures of me to keep people interested, because apparently the best way to get people interested in an Instagram is pictures of yourself. But apparently that brings in the most people. So I try have a healthy amount of images of myself in different poses and trying to make myself look different in each one. And then also a nice amount of pictures of like home life, family life, flowers, skies, stuff like that, to bring brightness to it and colour. I like my Instagram to look very bright and colourful, but also quite homey and lifestyle-y. I don't want it to look too try-hard, but I think it maybe does. I try and make it look like I'm not trying hard, but I am trying hard. I'm gonna leave this for here because my camera just told me I'd been filming for 27 minutes and Josh has got a meeting in a minute. So I'm gonna say bye for now on this Q&A. I hope it was okay and I answered a few. They're a bit different anyway. The questions I got this time, some of the ones I've answered have been quite different. They wouldn't be ones I would write for myself anyway. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Beth, the girl from my town, messaged me and said I should do a relationship Q&A. So I think I'm going to do a relationship Q&A with Josh. We've done one before, to be fair, like back in the day. We did another one when we lived in London, but we'll do a different one. Back in the day. But I'll film another one and we'll do a few fun questions. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye.